Every year in Cameroon, tons of agricultural produce end up as huge heaps of garbage, grown with deep love and devotion. These fruits, vegetables, and other crops litter our streets, while the farmers continue to struggle. Many have said that agricultural transformation is the best solution to this problem. And we say Phoenix Agric Entrepreneurship Community Program, AGREC, is the best place to start. AGREC is the most innovative and only tuition-free program in the Republic of Cameroon that takes business students and makes them food and beverage entrepreneurs. Held each year under the auspices of the Minister of Higher Education with institutional support from the Ministries of Agriculture and Rural Development and small and medium-sized enterprises, social economy and handicrafts, AGREC has become the (675-102650) or visit www.funic.co. The future is bright. The future is Funic. Your future is AGREC.
Hello, televiewers. Good evening and welcome to another edition of Prime Hour on Mamede Prime. We are glad to have you. Very many of you watching the program. This day we decided to do what a Frenchman would call droit de réponse to former members of Board of Trustees, members of the Catholic University Institute of Buea, who say that they have a word to say. They are very, very concerned with the well-being of the Catholic University Institute of Buea. That is why, as a very democratic and democratic TV, we said that we should give them the opportunity to also air their views. So in this edition of the program, and that is why we are receiving Dr. George, who has been a very pivotal member of the Catholic University Institute of Buea. If the university is where it is today, it is thanks to the contribution of persons like Dr. George and persons like Reverend Father George and Kenze and Jingwa. The history of the university cannot be written without them. That is why we said that we should receive and also hear what is not right with what is happening at the level of the Catholic University of Institute of Buea. Good evening, Dr. George Atem. We are glad to have you on Prime Hour for the very first time.
It's a pleasure to be here, and it gives me an opportunity to explain a few things that, in my opinion, I see not to be going right in CUIB, a university that we've been building since 10 years back, and of recent, things are not going rightly. And I may use this opportunity to try to explain some of the issues which, in my opinion, are not correct, and where there's been a lot of misinformation and a lot of ignorance and a lot of pride exhibited in the affairs of CUIB.
Yeah, you talk of pride. How do we understand pride in church? Because the Bible talks about the fact that pride comes before a fall.
Well, pride may be that you get interested parties not ready to cooperate.
Okay.
Yes, to know exactly how things have been working and how things should work.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you take that might is right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, not legality, not considering issues of legality. You said, Doctor, that this has to do with 30 years of hard work. Can we get to the historicities of the Kali University Institute of Buea?
It's a pleasure. It all started with Bishop Bushu, 2007, when he was sworn in as the Bishop of Buea. And at his reception, the people of the diocese requested him to take as a priority a university that will cater for the needs of their children. Secondly, he went around and he happened to have gone to UB, and he saw the number of students that were admitted and the thousands that had no admission. And he also looked around the unemployment rate in the country, and he said, okay, why can't he put up a university that can help first to absorb some of those not absorbed in UB, and to put a university that can take care of job creation and self-employment. Yes, and these were the things that he decided to say, okay, he would try. Then he came in 2009, and we had, that time the university had not been created. There was the Association Education Committee, which I was a member.
Okay.
Yes. In one of those meetings, I was charged with the responsibility of conceiving a Catholic university in Buea, because on the team I was the only one who had been so used to university system, right from Ghana, Nigeria, and also a lecturer in UB. So I went to the United States on my own, went to 4 universities, University of Georgia, Ohio, and so on, then came back and made a report. Made a report that I thought the university that he would create would be on American model.
Okay.
Yes, it will be on American model. Then he summoned a board of advisory committee that were to work out the project. And after we had done the project, he said, okay, he said, okay, we took 4th of October 2010 to inaugurate the university. But the issue that, in fact, we had was the question of the governance, which led to the creation of a statute, putting out the statutes, the laws that will help the governance.
Okay.
And we got distinguished lawyers. Justice Chibili was in that committee, a judge in Buea, Madam Lawyer Ebai Helen, who was a practicing barrister.
Of late?
Yes, of late. Then, that time, the present Archbishop of Bamenda, Bishop Kmer, was the then Chancellor at the Bishop's house, and being a canon lawyer, he was in that committee, and we put out the laws.
That's somebody who masters how college universities should be managed.
Function.
Yeah.
Yes, the law, because you needed the laws to govern the academic and the administrative structures. So we came out with the statutes, which were finally approved and signed by Bishop Bushu as Chancellor of the university, and notarized by Barrister Sam Elad to make the document legal. Ekontang Elad, yes. So when we had all that, well, the university went operational, and we got the programs. In all fairness, the university had much to borrow from the programs in the United States. The University of Georgia.
Okay.
Yes. In fact, I really got the School of Business. It's a program that, in fact, was transferred from University of Georgia to the University Institute of Buea. So I really copied it, and we worked on it. And we had much to borrow. So when we had all that now, there was the question of appointments. Who were those to manage? Yes. Now, following the statutes, because according to the statutes, the board of trustees, which is the governance, the governing body, policy making body, had to appoint the president of the university. And the lot fell on Falankeza. He was appointed, yes, as first president of the university. Then I was made director of academic affairs. My friend, Dr. Ayokare, was in charge of construction.
Yeah, before we get to that, Dr. Atem, I want us to understand the vision, mission of the founder of the Catholic University Institute of Buea. What was his vision? What was his mission? What is it that he sought out to accomplish?
Now, you see, this is a Catholic university, and it was guided by the provisions of ex cordia ecclesiastica, ex cordia ecclesiastia. That is the document propounded by Pope John Paul II.
Okay.
Yes, to govern the operation of university, which will take into consideration the spiritual, bring it.
They're talking about holistic education.
Yes, yes, completely.
Yeah, because I remember that anytime I came to the Catholic University of Buea, they talk about Sancti El Scolari.
Yes,
that
saints and scholars.
Saints and scholars.
Yes, saints and scholars. Yes, the saints and scholars. That was the motto of the university. The saints and scholars. But we did not only concentrate there. We looked at the needs of the local population. You see, especially this vision of creating training job creators and self-employers. Yeah. Yes.
That's why it is called the entrepreneurial university.
Exactly. That is how we conceived it. Yeah.
That was a mission.
That was a mission.
Creating a university that would train students who would be able to create jobs and not go for
looking for jobs. And we have been succeeding, because quite a good number of students have gone out and they have set up their own businesses and they are operating.
They are operating very well. Now, what has been the role of or according to your conception of this university, what was supposed to be the role and position of the board of our trustees in this university?
The role of the board of trustees, the composition is this. There is the Bishop of Buea, who is the chancellor, and is therefore the president of the board of trustees, chairman of the board of trustees. Then they are founding members. Yes. Okay. These founding members are what we call permanent. Yes, because they will carry out
board members.
Yes, they will carry out the vision.
Because at least they know
because they have been there from the beginning.
Yes.
Yes. You have that group. Then you have some other group that have just come in, which are not permanent. Yes, and that makes a difference. So the main thing was that the vision of the founder should be maintained all through. Yes.
Okay, the vision of the founder, which has to do with the board of trustees members were supposed to accompany the vision of the
the board of trustees appoints the president. Then they meet about twice a year to review.
To ensure that the vision is
that the president is implementing. Yes, they don't appoint. They merely appoint the president. Then the president, on his own accord, puts up the administrative staff, and they are answerable to him. Then in turn is answerable to the board. Yes.
You are a founding member
of
the Catholic University Institute of Buea.
Yeah.
You understand and master what the vision is all about. As we speak, there has been a problem at the Catholic University Institute of Buea. What is the problem?
You see, the problem began all the way from 2010. It's not now.
Okay.
Yes, because the university...
2020, the problem started 20 years ago.
Yes, 10 years ago. Yes, because when we started the university, when it had not really even taken off, there was this idea of creating a provincial university, that is a university that we include that would
the
be
ecclesiastic
for the
province
yes,
of
yes, Bamenda, Katu.
Because when you see the province, people will not understand.
Yes,
yes.
They would be of the whole of the
ecclesiastical province.
Yes,
of
ecclesiastical province.
Bamenda
yes, yes, and that CUIB should be part. But the bishop of Buea said his own vision was completely different, and that while Katu was more for general education, he had specific goals.
That's
yes,
Bishop Emmanuel.
Yes, and therefore he will pay his own contributions to retain the University of the Archdiocese, but will run a separate university which is authorized by canon law, that every diocese has the right to operate its own university, and he did that. But it looked like things, the other people did not take it kindly. But all along, that problem existed until, and we ran that way. We really ran the university that way until he retired.
Okay.
Yes.
Emmanuel Bushu.
Yes, he retired. Yes. Then Bishop Bibi came in as the assistant administrator. So the which the last time the provincial bishops met, they call him pro tem bishop. He came in. The board of trustees at the time, we went to Mongo. We constituted a group that went to Mongo to receive him.
Yes, I remember vividly.
Yes, we went to receive him. Came and went down to support, left him in support, and that was about December. January exams were on.
Yeah,
we started exams, so it was not possible to get him in. But when exams were over, we went to him and invited him to visit the university so that we can, introduce a few things to him as he just come in. Yeah. He'll be chairman of the board of trustees. We made more than 4 occasions. He would not honor the invitation. I took documents, the statutes, many documents, bulletins and so on, and when I met him in support, I gave to him. I told him that we're still waiting to receive him. No, he did not. He said he was not very comfortable, and he said the president was not there. But the cholera had locked the president out in the U.S.
COVID-19.
Yes, COVID. Yes, had locked the president in the U.S. So the president was not in a position. But we told him that the president did not even need to be before we received him. Because
you people are representing.
Yes, we are representing the university. And the structures in the university is that we started with the crisis beginning from 2016. We have made up in such a way that we can hold meetings without being on site. With these students
online.
Yes, online.
With the advent of
yes. I say no, it should come. We will hold a meeting and it will be the same. He refused.
Okay.
Yes, he refused. He was still considering. Then, out of a sudden, we only heard that he had appointed a new board of trustees and had replaced the president and had sacked top administrators of the college. And that's how, to our greatest embarrassment, we found the university.
You people were replaced without due consideration or consultations?
No, there were no consultations. We only saw on papers.
Okay, there were no consultations. But you say did you make efforts to wanting to meeting the bishop of the interim bishop, the Eastern administrator of the Diocese of Buea? Did you make frantic efforts to wanting to meet him?
No, it's not only making effort. After he had made the appointment, we still went to him.
Okay.
Yes, we still went there to him in good faith, knowing that, take for example, I was provost. Okay.
I remember. I know.
Yes, and he removed me, no problem. But I went to him that whatever it is, the board of trustees, which is the governance body, we should really meet and review how the new things could work in the way he has done. But that was necessary for him to meet with the board. Then he told me that the statute was rubbish, which was governing it. So I left his office.
But what were the terms of the statutes of the Catholic University of Buea? Because if let me get back to the communique from the Board of Trustees of the Catholic University of Buea on Friday, 12th of June 2020, the Apostolic Administrator of the Diocese of Buea, Bishop Michael Bibi. This was in response to what was happening, like what you are saying.
Yeah.
But you raised an issue. You say the first point, you say that the Apostolic Administrator did not have the legal or jurisdictional authority to make some of the decisions outlined in his 12th and June 2020 letter declaring administrative changes in Catholic University Institute of Buea.
Yes, we said that. The first one you look at, you see, we must know that things have changed. There is the canon law, which is open. You can see the powers that the bishop has. You see the powers that the administrator, the assistant administrator has. Now, the assistant administrator has not got the rights that a bishop has.
Yeah, because you read, let me cue you, because your letter says that the bishop can transfer his priests who work for the university the way he sees fit, but cannot appoint other personnel and the president of the university without consultation and approval of the Board of Trustees of the university.
Yes, I said that. For example, Father Nkeza was given to us by the Bishop of the Diocese of Buea.
That was there.
Yes. And if he gave to us, he has the right to withdraw. You understand? But the statute does not allow him just to appoint, because Nkeza did not just work to the university. He was appointed at the request of the Board of Trustees through the bishop.
Yeah.
Yes. And if the bishop wanted to remove him, and which we have done, we have written a document to the administrator sending back Nkeza to the diocese, and he's put him on sabbatical. Now he cannot just appoint another president without going through the Board of Trustees in accordance with the provisions of the statutes. Yes.
Okay. Without a you say CIBE was founded on canon law X Code Ecclesias Gravissimum Educationist, Cameroon law number 2001/005 of 16 April 2001, ministerial order number 2001. You say that the decisions made by the Apostolic Administrator was without consultation with the Board of Trustees as required by the statutes of CUIB, interfered with the internal management of the university, and are in gross violation of X Code Ecclesias article number sub 2 and other subsequent binding articles of creations such as Article 60, 100, 101, 143, and 144 that clearly articulates and outlines the autonomous nature of Catholic University Institute of Buea as per code of Canon Law CC 807, 814. How do we understand that the Catholic University Institute of Buea is autonomous?
It was founded based on canon law. First, every diocese has the right to establish a university. Therefore, it cannot be incorporated into another university. It becomes an autonomous, it cannot be incorporated into another university. Secondly, the Ex Code Ecclesias put in by Pope John Paul II gives autonomy to the university.
Okay.
Yes, it gives autonomy to the university, so that the university should function not under any pressure, but it should follow some academic freedom to operate without any necessary interference by any external party. And that is why Bishop Bushu, with the Board of Trustees, will not interfere in the running of the university. If the president is not competent, they sack him and put another. We don't go there to interfere. Again, we were also guided again by the fact that there is a policy enunciated by the Minister of Higher Education that the university, private, by 2020 must be showing autonomy from that of the founder. Autonomy, this is the decision here.
That's the person who is behind, the vision bearer, has an objective that he or she wants to attain.
Yes, yeah, and he appoints
those who should accompany him accomplish the vision.
Yes, so that university should be able to put up its academic programs and run without him interfering. Otherwise, because the question of the state granting autonomy is that the university, the state wants that the university should be able to operate without outside interference, especially on matters of academics and the other issue, the academic matters. So it must be showing proof that it can run as an institution. Yes, because you don't want private setting up satellite universities to say that they get autonomy and award degrees. No, the university must show proof that it is independent in its administration from that from the interference of the owner.
Yeah, but earlier on you made mention of the fact that the problem started because there was a motive to wanting to absorb the Catholic University Institute, but you said that the bishop says I'm going to run my university, but I'll be ready to contribute.
Yes, he did. Yeah, and
how do we understand that? Contributing to what?
No, he said because the Katuk is owned by the diocese of Buea, Kumba, Mamfe, Bamenda.
You're talking about the province.
Yes, they contribute. Yes, they make contributions to run Katuk. And Buea pays.
The Katuk in Bamenda?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Buea pays the highest amount. The Buea diocese to run Katuk. Buea pays its annual dues to Katuk.
Katuk, what is Katuk? The
Catholic University of Cameroon. Yes. Bamenda.
In Bamenda, and not the one in Yaoundé.
No, Yaoundé is Rome.
Okay.
The university in Yaoundé is owned by Rome. It's not even under any of the bishops.
Buea has to pay some contribution to the. Is it the Buea diocese or the Catholic University of Buea that has to pay for the running of the Catholic University in Bamenda?
No, the diocese of Buea, the bishop of Buea.
Okay.
Yes, from the funds of the diocese, he makes a Katuk is a joint project
of the ecclesiastical province of Bamenda.
Yes, it's a joint project by all the diocese. Yes, and Buea the bishop of Buea pays even till today their own amount, but runs CUIB as an independent university, and this is what Bishop Bushu stood for, because the vision was different from that of Katuk.
Now, you say incorporated into another university. Are you saying that there has been a mission or a project to wanting to incorporate the university, the Catholic University Institute of Buea, into the Catholic University of Bamenda?
Yes, I'm saying that from 2010, when the Buea University was conceived, it was
Catholic University.
Catholic University. Yes, the Archdiocese said that there should only be one
university.
Yes, for Cameroon. Yes, Catholic University of Cameroon, which Buea did not refuse, but objected the idea of CUIB being part of
Katuk.
Yes, being part of
Katuk.
Yes. Now, what happened was that in social media, I think it's about some 2-3 months ago, we saw on social media a document which was supposed to have been signed by Bishop Bibi, saying that he has incorporated CUIB into Katuk. It raised a lot of attention. Then he came out to say that the document was faked. Many of you might have seen that document.
I saw the document.
Yes.
Yes.
He said he came out to say it was fake.
It was fake, yeah.
Yes, but you see, what he's saying may be true, but the fact that that thing had been attempted before,
it gives a very bad
yes,
impression. Yeah,
and people are saying, and you look really his signature there, everything. Some people might think that he was doing it to feel the atmosphere, the temple of. So it created a lot
to test the water.
Yes, to test what it will look like. But it's a bit what it cannot say. Again, you see, when things come up like that, you get back to literature. You see, the Trojan horse. You fear the Greeks when even they bring gifts. So when a thing like that happened, you begin to wonder. But I think, I don't know.
Okay.
Because people were agitating, and since the bishop said he was not the one, well, I just said, well, fine.
Okay, but when this problem started, was there a genuine intention to want to quell it from the beginning, and it did not work? When this whole problem, because you see the problem started with the motivation to want it to incorporate the Catholic University Institute of Buea into Kachuk Momenda. Yes. All of this, have there been a genuine intention to wanting to settle or diffuse these problems so far?
No, I would think that when Bishop Bushu objected to that proposal, there was no more problem again.
Okay.
Yes, we ran, the two universities ran. Yes. Yeah, the two universities run.
Yeah, but with the coming of the current problems, have you made efforts to wanting to sort things out amicably?
Oh, that's perfect. Personally, I've been to my bishop a number of times. Even on, you know, my son is a priest. And he's his friend. They are very, not age group, but they are very friendly. And he's in the US. He asked me to make sure that the bishop was his senior and Bishop Rogan, and that I, being one of the oldest Christians in the diocese, I should support him. I said, yes, Henry, you know, if I talk about old Christians in Buea diocese, I was baptized in 1950. And I've lived in Buea almost all my life.
All your life, yeah.
Yes. So when we started in Buea, we were attending mass only in support. Father Anthony came and built Buea town there, 1962. I was still in Buea. So I'm one of the oldest. I would be very stupid not to support any of my bishops. Yes. So I supported him. I've been on many occasions to him, saying that let's look for a solution. The best thing I think that can clear up this thing is for you to summon the board of trustees. Summon the board of trustees. Look at the statute where you are not very, where you feel not comfortable. We can amend. Yes, the members that you may not be interested, we can remove them and replace them. But there are some permanent members that, for example, you cannot remove. You should even be lucky that Bishop Bushu, the founder, is still there who can serve as a resource person to you. You understand?
Who can play the advisory role consistently.
Yes, who can help. I'm still there
to make sure that the university
runs. We can tell you that this is what we were. And you, as the sitting bishop, you can make alterations. But he merely said all that was rubbish. So up to a point, I could not, there was no way I could go. But as we are talking, I'm a Christian of the Diocese of Buea. If there is anything that I can do to satisfy my bishop, I will do it.
Bishop Bibi?
Yes, Bishop Bibi. I'll do it. But in terms of the university, where he is pro tem chancellor, it's a different matter completely.
Okay.
Yes, it's completely different matter.
Okay.
It's a matter of...
That is something that Christians should understand. The university is something different from the church.
Yes, completely.
You are a Christian of the Catholic Church, Diocese of Buea.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you are of the Moliko parish.
No, he has given us our own parish. We call it St. Cornelius, near Dr. Bianca's residence, just next to my compound.
That is around support?
Yes, around up here.
Support?
Yes.
You are a Christian of that parish, but when it comes to the managing of the University Institute of Buea is something different.
It's completely different, completely different. And this is my role. Nobody has appointed me to play this role. I'm playing the role because of the provisions of the statutes that where there is a problem and there is no chancellor and there is no pro-chancellor, the eldest member of the permanent members, eldest member of those permanent, should act in the place of the chancellor.
Is there no chancellor of the Cameroon University Institute of Buea?
No, chancellor of the Cameroon University.
Is there no chancellor specific?
No, the bishop should be chancellor, but he has refused to come to meeting. So that's where we are.
I don't understand.
He has not summoned a meeting because I went to him and said, okay, so
someone what meeting?
The meeting of the board of trustees.
Is there no board of trustees of the Cameroon University Institute of Buea?
No, we are the board of trustees. Yes, we are the board of trustees.
When you say you are the board of, I don't understand. Was it? Has the bishop not made his appointment?
Well, he might have made some appointment, but was still challenging the existence of those appointments. Yes,
on what
because normally,
yes,
he was not supposed to alter
the status.
Yes, yeah, because first and foremost, he is pro tem.
Yeah.
And canon law 4(2) sub 2 limits the power of an administrator in effecting changes. But if he were a bishop, if he were a full bishop and made changes, so members of the board of trustees may challenge that he has not. You see the.
What, Dr. Atem?
Yes.
I want our televiewers to understand something. When you people, your communique, what's this communique? I'm sure it's here. Communique dated June 16, 2020.
Yeah.
The second point of your communique actually states that the decision made by the apostolic administrator, that's why you say he's not a permanent bishop?
No, it's not.
Yes. You say the decision made by the apostolic administrator was without consultation with the board of trustees as required by the statutes of the Catholic University Institute of Buea.
Yes.
Interfered with the internal management of the university.
Yeah.
And are in gross violation of ex code Ecclesias Article Sub 2 and other subsequent binding articles of creation, such as Article 16, 100, 101, 143. What are the compositions? What are the clauses of these articles?
No,
what was it? What was he supposed to do?
Yeah.
To make sure that he works in line with what?
No, this is what he would have done. Coming in as an administrator, not yet confirmed as bishop, pro tem chancellor of the university. The first thing was, come, you are received by the board of trustees.
Okay, he comes, he's received by the diocese. Yeah. But when it comes to the university,
he's received by the board of trustees.
Yeah.
Yes, the board of trustees now in that occasion of his reception, because he will be received in the university officially as an institution. Then he's received as an institution by the board of trustees into the university. Then we hold a meeting with him. We explain how the university runs. We hand over the official documents to him. But this was never done. We only heard that we have been, the board, that we have been dismissed, and that the new president has been appointed, which is not in accordance. You see, the condition set out by Pope John Paul II does not give any person just the right to, no. He wants the university to, to have some freedom in running.
Now, you say that Article 58 says the Chancellor has the right to issue directives pertaining to faith. We are talking about the church here.
Yes.
Yes. Morals and Catholic identity while respecting the autonomy of the internal management of the university, Canon Law 806, ex Code Ecclesiastes General Norms, Article 2, Number 5, Article 4, Number 1, Article 5, Number 2. If this is what you are citing, I'm sure, inspired by other priests who must have been working with you. I'm sure the president himself is a priest.
He's a priest of the Diocese of Buea.
Yes, Reverend Father George Jingwa. I really would have loved to have him here live to explain these things. I've had him severally on different platforms, but Doctor, I want to use this platform to plead with Father George Keze that our televiewers will really want to hear from him.
There is no problem.
Many of them have written to me that they want to hear from him. Yes, but the question is, if this is what you are saying, are you saying that there was a cabal that was working against you and Reverend Father George Keze Jingwa?
That what?
A cabal. Are you saying that there are persons that militated to your disfavor, that is influenced the current Bishop Bibi not to respect the dispositions as articulated in Article 54, that says that the Chancellor has the right to do issues of faith, but not with the internal affairs of the...
No, I cannot say that somebody influenced him, because I have no facts to say that AOB influenced him.
Okay, you think that it is his decision? He has been monitoring what you guys have been doing? Is that what you are saying?
No, yes, as Chancellor of the University, he would have come. We sit, we explain things to him. We might revise a few things. Then, because he visits the university about twice a year, because he's the one who approved the budget. Yes, from time to time, he can visit the university and see whether we are the president is working in accordance, because the president presents his annual report to the board of trustees, which is chairperson. Yes, he's not. The bishop is not the monitor of the university. He's not.
Who is supposed to do that?
No, the bishop is the structure is simple.
Okay.
The bishop is the overall. He has link with the board of trustees. Fine.
The president.
With the links of with the board of trustees. The board of trustees appoints a president.
Okay.
The president reports to the board of trustees, which is chaired by the bishop in a meeting. If the bishop is not very satisfied with the report tendered by the president, he can discuss with the board of trustees and replace him. Because we judge the president from annual reports. Yeah. We don't want somebody who go privately and say no. Let him tender an annual report. We see it.
You have been in that board for how many years now, Dr. Atem?
Board of trustees?
Yes.
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
And you have been receiving yearly reports from the president, who is the Ousted.
Yes, he was presenting us reports.
Yes. Was the board very satisfied with the report?
You say?
Was the board very satisfied with the reports presented?
Yes, otherwise we would have, because the provision is clear. That way we are not satisfied with the report, we will fire him and appoint a new president. Yeah.
So you people were taken aback?
No, yes, when the
people were taken by surprise,
came,
yes.
and we only had new appointments, we didn't know who was doing all that. Yes.
You don't know who was doing all that. I've asked whether there's a cabal. You say you cannot prove that there's a cabal. But you see Article 57, 58 says that the Chancellor has the right to issue directive pertaining to faith. But
he can, because he can appoint a chaplain, you know.
To the university.
Yes, to take care of the spiritual life of the students. But when it comes to real academic matters, which programs to be taught, the degrees to be awarded, that are left to the university. Yeah, it does not interfere with academic matters at all, because these are technical things. And
yeah, but if these are technical things, I'm asking, how does a bishop who is appointed from Momenda, because he was in Bamenda,
yeah, he's appointed by Rome anyway.
By Rome.
Yes.
They have a room.
Yes, no, I agree.
You will not tell me that. Yes, but he comes from Bamenda and is making these changes. Are you telling me that he's not working with reports from persons who are on ground?
He may be, but once I don't have facts. Once I don't have facts.
Okay. Okay. You said the decision of the apostolic administrator to close all university accounts prior to the issuing of his 12th of June 2020 letter without consultation of the notification of university authorities is illegal against CUIB status, disrespectful, condescending, and interferes with the internal management of the university. How is it condescending, and how does it interfere in the internal management of the university, and how do you describe the actions of a bishop as illegal and condescending?
That can easily be. First, the university accounts are not under the bishop.
Okay.
Now, once he approves the budget, the university runs.
Yes.
And this is how we operate. And before a budget session, all the departments submit their budgets. Yes. Then there is a summary budget drawn up and taken to the board of trustees and defended by the president. Yes. Once that budget is approved, the president, take for example, around the academic arm, the budget for exams, material and so on, once it was approved, the president does not control me how I use that budget. You understand? Yes. But I don't take cash.
Okay.
Yes, if I wanted to buy 5 reams of papers for exams, I tell the finance officer that my budget provides so much for reams. Okay, give me 5 reams. Yes, I use them for exams. If I want to buy a computer, I say in my last budget, a provision was made for computer. Give me a computer. Yeah. The president does not come there at all because the budget has been approved. Yeah. Because you see, we were given some autonomy, internal autonomy to run. It is not like a secondary school.
Yeah, but Doctor.
No, let me come.
Okay, yeah.
It's not like a secondary school where the prefect or somebody is monitoring. Right, yeah, no, it's not that. We run autonomously in the way we did, and if the chancellor, who is the bishop, is not satisfied with the president, well, at the board meeting or when we are presenting the budget, he can demand his removal. Yes, and we will then advertise the post of the next president, and we will come and he'll be appointed by the bishop. Yes.
Now, did you, at least board members, did you read the outing of the apostolic nuncio, who clearly indicated that he has given instructions to the Bishop Bibi, to engage in whatever action he undertook in the diocese of Buea? The apostolic nuncio.
That the apostolic nuncio should do that. He issued a document.
Yes.
To Bishop Bibi.
Yes.
That he should do what?
Sure. I should look for that document and read it. I don't know whether you took time to read it, but I'm sure it's important.
The document that he said he had all the powers of a bishop.
Yes.
Is that the document?
I'm sure. He says that I don't know what this said. I would really love to have it. He says, considering the fact that the respondents are served with the motion paper and President Court. No, this I'll look for that document.
But is it the one that the nuncio saying that he was Bishop of Buea and he could do?
Yes.
Yeah, but the very last sentence they're saying that he should respect the laws. It was a political document. He said that
you think the apostolic nuncio plays that?
But he said that he should respect the laws of the land because they were citing the Vatican Cameroon Accord, which Cameroon government is. But a notarized document cannot just be thrown abroad. Cannot just be thrown outside. It's a legal document recognized by the laws of Cameroon.
Yes. You talk about CUIB, the eyes of the government.
You say?
How does the government see Catholic University Institute of Buea?
Well, the government controls all higher education, complete. And that's why you have to have authorization from government before you operate. And the government monitors through inspection whether you are moving in accordance with the mission and vision you submitted. And for the years that have been, government does monitor. And note, all universities are under the state, but the state delegates the function of some universities to private institutions, to private organizations like the church. Yes. It is just like you have such a college. Yes, but the state is still in control of what you are doing in such a...
The Ministry of Secondary Education.
Yes, it's still in control.
Yeah, but if the state is in control, are you saying that the Catholic Church, let's take the case of Katuk in Yaoundé, are you saying that the Yaoundé Metropolitan Archdiocese has no control over the Katuk in Yaoundé? Are you saying that...
There is no Katuk in Yaoundé. There is no Katuk in Yaoundé.
The Catholic University of Central Africa?
Yeah, that's controlled by Rome.
By Rome?
Yes, by Rome. No diocese in Buea has control over that university.
But there's Saint Jerome in the university in Douala, by the Archdiocese of Douala. Are you saying that the Archdiocese...
the Archdiocese of Douala can run its own university like
Saint Jerome, that is existing in Douala. There is a Catholic university in Bafoussam, I'm sure, by the
I'm agreeing with you. The same, you can put it in the same line like CUIB, no?
CUIB, that's what I'm saying.
The same line, yes.
Yes. But in the case of Douala, are you saying that the Archbishop of Douala,
who owns the university?
Yes. Is he not empowered to make some changes within the university? In Douala is the bishop of the diocese of Bafoussam. Has he not the powers to make some changes?
It depends on the rules that set up that university. Yes, because we follow the rules put out for Catholic universities
of the diocese of Buea.
Yes, and we follow the canon law and the ex cordia ecclesia. We follow that. Yes, they may not be following. Maybe it's some form of private property owned, but you know that here, where we are, there are priests who own their secondary school, not private.
Yes.
So you can. It could be the same thing.
Okay. You see, the government of Cameroon views the Catholic University Institute of Buea like they would consider hymns in Buea, consider Himat in Buea, consider other higher professional institutions. Is that what you are saying?
No, what I'm saying is that any university that is approved by the state and is approved by the Minister of Higher Education, its programs and running are approved by it is the same like you know we have had in those days where you had private schools, no? Yes, but a private school did not mean that the man just went and thought because those universities you are saying they write the exams like they write what HND, which is set by the state. Okay, the other universities which you are saying, their degrees are awarded by recognized state universities. Okay. So they cannot just do what they want.
There are persons who are watching the program, Dr. Atem.
Yes.
I would love us to provide some answers, if it is possible, to them. There is this one. Good evening, sir. I'm Larry from Buea. Is it the university owned by the so-called Board of Trustees of the church or the church? Or, in other words, the bishop is the one answerable to the so-called Board of Trustees?
That
is the university owned by the church, or is it the bishop who is answerable to the Board of Trustees? I think many persons need to understand that there's a clear distinction between running a university as a church and running the church from the perspective of faith?
Am I going to answer?
Yes.
You see, it is not the bishop answering to the board of trustees. The bishop is part of the board of trustees.
Yes.
So he cannot be answerable to it. He's part of it and is chairman of that board. Yes, and the board is run on rules and regulations which govern everybody in that circle.
So the problem is that the bishop was supposed to at least consult the board.
He should work with the board of trustees.
Okay. You consider the existing board as illegal?
Yeah.
Illegal, the existing board now?
Yeah, the one that we heard that is existing to us is illegal because it was not sent up through the correct procedure.
Okay. Good evening, Prime. I think the board should be audited after listening to your guest. I believe there is more to be uncovered. He's okay, convincing. Let our bishop do his job with no fear, no favor. Kum is writing from Bamenda. Good evening to you, Kum. This one says bishops violating their own church laws. Madam Teke is writing from Buea. I don't know whether the bishops violated the laws. A bishop comes to a place and do not formalize himself with the rules governing the area. Please, man of God, put your laws in order and call your Christians to the dialogue table. Madam Ju Kelly, writing from Kumba. Okay. Mr. Liu, please, who owns the Catholic University? If it is the church, why would they carry issues concerning the church to court? Please, Mr. Liu, there are just too much laws and articles in Catholic University Institute of Buea, which makes it more political than religious. Anunga is writing from Buea. This one. Could you tell us who constitutes the board of trustees? Okay. Who are the board of trustees members as we speak?
The board of trustees members, they're about, the board of trustees can be about 15 members, and the present members I can think of, because I don't have the list with me.
Yeah.
But there is Bishop Bushu, there is Father Nkeza, there is Dr. Atem, there is Sister Mary Kumbi, there is the man you were called.
Roland Kmer? Mr. Roland?
Yeah, Mr. Roland Kmer and Madame Roslyn Menga.
Okay, how about Madame Weleji?
No, Madame Weleji is an advisor.
Okay, she's an advisor. Okay, good evening in the studio of my Media Prime. I'm very happy to have met this program. It actually clears the minds of some of us who are students at the university. The social media talks indeed let us thinking. But with this, we are good. Thank you, Doctor, for coming to explain things. God bless you, Catholic University and the Catholic Church. Mrs. Ndi, writing from where we don't know. This one says, good evening, sirs. Doctor, does it mean the university has problems? I wanted to send my daughter there. What advice can you give me? Tita is writing from Bafusam. You're going to answer, Tita. This other one says that. Stop the calls, please. Good evening. Yes, Madam. She wants the daughter to come to the College University Institute of Buea. What do you advise? She is in Bafusam.
You see, I believe, and I strongly believe in the Catholic University Institute of Buea. If you have your child to send to CUIB, you do. Because the problem we have now, they are what I might call domestic problems. We can sort them out with our bishop. I don't see it. It's not a serious problem that we might discourage parents from sending their children to the university. We may have some small misunderstanding with our bishop, but it does not cancel the quality of the university. Dr. Atem is not saying that the university is bad. No, Dr. Atem is only concerned with the small internal problems which can be sorted out even in about 2 or 3 minutes with the bishop. That's all. Send your children. We don't object.
Okay. Send your children. There's no problem. It is an internal problem which does not affect the running of the Catholic University Institute of Buea. Mr. Liu, good evening. There is a difference between an apostolic administrator and a diocesan administrator. A diocesan administrator who is a priest did not they have the full rights of a bishop, but the apostolic administrator who is a bishop have the full powers as a bishop in everything that concerns the diocese. He has the powers to do any changes he wants. Ndungu is writing from Kumba. Okay, Ndungu, good evening to you. Glad to read from you. Good evening, Mr. Liu. It's Esther from Kumba. Your program is fantastic. I love that. Esther, good evening. Glad to always read from you. Hope you're doing well in Kumba. Good evening, Mr. Liu. Lionel is writing from Bamenda. I just wish to say that Dr. knows very much about the church, canon laws, and even the running of schools and universities. Okay, the bishop is at the helm of everything in his diocese. Thanks. Talking about the university in Yaoundé, the bishop knows more about the university. Okay. Greetings to you all at the studio. I am feeling the discussion is very interesting. For my own knowledge, the best way to solve the problem is to create law that the university's chancellor will not be the bishop of the diocese. Since the university is autonomous from the diocese, the bishop should concentrate as the bishop and leaves the university affairs for other people and just be acting like an advisor. Kingsley is writing from Ebolova. Okay, Kingsley, good evening to you. Glad to know that you're watching us from the South region. Okay, hi, Mr. Kum. My own opinion is that the board of trustees in question is a group of people who wanted to use the property of the church and church name to make money. This is okay. This and Christians, we're praying God to send a savior to evict business people from the church. Thank God he sent Bishop Bibi as a savior to evict business persons. Mary is writing from, please stop calling. When you call, it makes it difficult for us to read messages. We can't read them as you send them. The calls still keep ringing. People, yeah. This one says, I love the questions you are asking the doctor, and I hope he provides the answers, required answers. Okay? Please stop the calls. It's difficult for me to read messages when you keep calling. Now, how...
But there is one thing I would like to explain.
Okay, yeah.
About money and the board of trustees.
Okay.
The board of trustees has nothing to do with money of the university. Okay. Nothing. Nothing. The board of trustees, when they meet, they might take an allowance of whether 25,000 to 50,000, whichever. And that's at the sitting, and that's all. Where the board of trustees come in is to defend the budget.
Okay.
Yes, and if there are to be any changes in fees, the board of trustees approves. Or that they don't touch any franc of the university at all.
Yeah, but have you as a board member, are you very convinced? Have you been very okay with the way monies have been managed at the Catholic University Institute of Buea?
The way money is managed. Simple, very simple. Look, the accounts are clear. People come from the bishops sometimes to see what we are doing. It's so simple. This is the fees collected. The number of students is clear. The fees collected is that. Okay. The salaries are that. Okay. The equipments are that. Simple as that. Exams, you know, when you talk of equipment, you are thinking of office equipment, exams, all that. The money we pay for vetting exams and so on. These things are simple. And after that, at the end of the year, the budget is presented to the board of trustees. Nobody takes any money to any place. Nobody.
Are you saying that you've never found anything fishy about the budget or the amounts that have been presented to you?
No. You cannot do it. It's simple, no way.
Okay, it's no way. There's no way. How does someone feel with the Spirit of God and a fervent Catholic go to the media to complain about the bishop?
That.
How do you feel complaining about the bishop, taking the bishop to court?
Well, you see, you have to differentiate taking the bishop to court.
Between the church and the school.
Yeah, no, look, the bishop is the spiritual leaders, and he is representing the apostles of Christ.
Yeah.
Okay. He is master of the doctrine, and he administers the sacraments.
Yeah.
You cannot challenge that. But if it's a civil matter, a matter which is supposed to be civil, say, supposing the bishop came and break your house. If the bishop came and break your house, what will you do? Because I've seen it straight in my college days. No, let me tell you.
You forgive him like the Bible says we should forgive seven.
Let me tell you. In my college days, we in the college, when I killed somebody's cow, the principal was taken to court, and we paid.
You took part in the killing of the cow?
We the students, you see, more, 1959, the principal paid the cow. Now, wait, still let me tell you. Bishop, because we had some problems in the about employment of staff. Because there was a time that Bishop Bushu dismissed me. But I was called back later on. Because I came in to say that the bishop should not sign employment form. But you should leave that with you should appoint the president. Let the president do all those things, because he will. When people get labor cases, the president will go to
Which
court.
bishop are you talking about?
Bishop Bushu.
Okay.
Yes, he dismissed me now. He dismissed me and dismissed Keza. No, it's an interesting case.
I remember when Reverend Keza left and they came back.
Yes, and I was also brought back.
Yes.
You see, this is what had happened. We drew up that statute, and they gave powers to the bishop or the chancellor to do employment and sign. I protested. I said, the bishop, because there will be labor cases coming up. So you let the president sign employment form, so that if there are any cases, now he will go to court, not the bishop. Now they went and told Bishop Bushu that Dr. Atem does not want you to have control over the university. He wants Keza to be signing. You see how wicked Dr. Atem is conniving.
Yeah, but who told the bishop? And I asked
no, let me tell you, a story was concocted.
By who?
The people know themselves.
Yeah, but I've asked you earlier on whether there is a cabal that is working against. They stop calling. Yes.
No, let me tell you, because I know that the story, because the letter that the bishop wrote dismissing me showed that somebody had given him information whom I don't know.
There cannot be an angel from
heaven. Because the letter was, I think at the end of this, I will give you this book. Let me dash you. You see the letter that Bishop Bush wrote to me and dismissed me from the university.
Previously and not now?
No, 2010, no.
Yes, that one I'm talking about, not now.
Yes, 2010. Yes. Somewhere by December, I was sacked.
Yes.
That first, I was conniving, not respecting him. I was insulting to the bishop. I said, okay. And why was that all said? Now, this is the first case. Let me tell you, the background of all these things.
Yes.
Because when we started in 2009, 2010, it was that the university will start at the new site, Wakaka.
Yes. I know it.
By June, Nkeza was in the United States.
Yeah.
Trying to get equipment for the start of the university. I was drawing up academic programs. Then, the work was going on that new side at Wakaka. June, Bishop Bushu came to me and said, George, you must make sure that the programs are ready because the university will start in October. Then I went to Wakaka. They were still at the foundation level. They have to put 2 stories. And you know what it means now? It has to get some months to consolidate before you move to the next floor. By August, I went and told him that, look, my lord, we cannot start at Wakaka. We cannot start. It's not possible. The road is not good. Students will not even want to go there. The money we have, let's prepare.
About, Bishop Emmanuel.
Yes, let's prepare the ground at
Moliko,
so that we start in Moliko. People who were in contractors in Wakaka and
stop calling, please. Stop the calls.
They were so angry with me. So they left it. The work was disbanded and they came and fixed up. Then somewhere in November, a story was concocted, and I got information from Father Martin in Bamenda that a strike is going on in the university the next morning. I said, where? Say in CUIB. I say, what has happened? He said, no, there is a strike coming up. Then I went back to the house. The next morning, Father Fondon brought a letter from Bishop Bushu. I've given you a copy in that book. Yes, dismissing me for fermenting a strike.
Yeah, because I'm sure 4 persons have written to me already. They say they really want to have another debate between you guys and the current persons in charge. Yes, go on.
So, I got that letter, and they said I've been dismissed for being disobedient to the bishop and permitting a strike and so on. Not wanting him to have authority over the university. I went back home. He remained unsigned because I'm bringing this point because you talk of the bishop going to court.
Yes.
He remained unsigned employment. My friend Gala and Dr. Kwala, they were employed as contractors. Okay. When they found that these are retired people and they were still not working, they dismissed them. They went to labor. The bishop went to labor now.
The bishop was called
because
to come and
he
answer.
assigned the employment. So it became a labor case. You think that because he's bishop, he will not go to court?
He's their employer.
Yes, so he went to court. So, but we managed to settle the matter out of court. So I'm trying to show that the bishop can still go to court. Yes.
Now, you see that the decision by the apostolic administrator has exposed the university to serious risk of liability and legal implications, which may place the university in financial difficulties as lawsuits from wrongful terminations of workers and faculty members, contracts without cause are on the horizon. Furthermore, the university is in current default for the first time in history in honoring its financial obligations like payroll and payment of long-term. How do you understand all of this?
No, let me explain about the issues there. The finances.
You say it has exposed
let me be clear.
Liability and legal
let me be clear first on the finances.
Okay.
Yes. I told my bishop, I said this crisis will create us financial problems in the university.
Okay.
Because no investor will want to invest in a country where there are crises, which means that many parents will not want to send their children to CUIB, and we lost a lot of revenue.
Because the future was not so bright?
Yeah, I told him that. Yes, Bishop Bibi, that it was not good that we continue this thing. So if we can handle them, so that because it can create, because no person would like to put a child in a school where there are problems. Secondly, the arbitrary dismissal of people will create labor cases like I'm telling you. So when I was saying that, I was looking at labor cases which are still even pending as we were talking. If people are quiet, they are just watching.
Yeah, because the other aspects is that in accordance with the statutes of the university, Bishop Emmanuel Bushu in 2018 appointed Reverend Father George Keze, president of the university, and
for 5 years.
Yes, he has given a 5 years mandate. Yes. By the board of trustees until 2023. Yes. Does that justify the implications for a possible court case against the current administration?
Yes, if Keza were a civilian, you know, he could sue the board of trustees. But since he's a priest, he cannot sue. No, he's a priest.
So he goes to the bishop?
We have already sent him back to the bishop.
Okay.
Yes, we send him back to the bishop. But we are waiting that when we hold a meeting with the bishop, we can propose another priest to be president.
Okay.
And I had discussed this with
the
Bishop BB. We discussed even just when things are getting bad. You see, we put certain proposals, and he showed me where he had problems. So I'm still thinking, as we are talking now, that we'll sit down and
that
talk.
Something is wrong somewhere?
Oh, I don't know. I still think that he will sit down. We'll sit down and talk and bring peace to the place.
Yeah,
He's our bishop.
But this thing has been taken to court.
No, the court cases can be withdrawn. No, if two parties agree, can court cases not be withdrawn? If it would be for the interest of the court, if there is amicable settlement.
Is that what you were advised at the court to seek amicable solutions to?
No, I'm not asking for amicable, but I'm saying that if we agree, we can have amicable settlement and we can withdraw court cases. I'm not asking that the court should withdraw. No.
See, Institute of Buea as any other private higher professional institutions that operate in Cameroon?
Excellent. Yes. That's a good question. Before we went on holidays, the Minister of Higher Education sent us to come and expose to the audience composed of vice chancellors and rectors of state universities how we are succeeding.
Okay, the Cali University Institute of Buea,
yes,
the entrepreneurial university.
Yes, because the bishop so much admires what we do, so much of it, that he said no, he should, because he gets reports of what we are doing. Yes, his inspectors come. He said, but we should be able to give an expose to the state, to the vice chancellors and the rectors of state universities, what we are doing. Take from 2016, we have been doing online teaching.
I know.
Completely. We don't need to bring students on site. And the minister so much admire what we were doing. We had even sent people abroad to train them, to come and train these other people, and we succeeded. We had sent people to Philippines. They came back, studied the situation, and it was going perfectly well. So the minister became so overwhelmed, say no, Father Kesa send us some technicians to come in the street, and we send there an expose. So the minister is fully interested, fully aware, fully appreciative of what we have been doing in CUIB. Yes.
The minister is fully aware. I just pray you take note of some of the questions that may arise. Many persons are writing. You may have to answer some questions.
And not only that, we have got letters even from the presidency appreciating
what you people have
what
been
we are doing.
Okay.
From the minister, the presidency, we have.
Okay. After carefully listening to Dr. Atem speak on the Catholic University Institute of Buea crisis, one realizes there is a lot he still had to understand about the institution. Is this crisis a conflict of interest or an organizational problem? And viewers would like to know whose interest is the Board of Trustees acting on, the continuity of the institution or that of the Ousted board members. Sango Molea is writing from Buea. Dr. Atam is taking notes, please, where he's going to answer. This one says, how can two primary schools be at the same place at the same church? We are in Buea and we see everything. Thank God for our bishop. Eric is writing from Buea. Oh, bros, this is Umaru. I love your program. May God bless you. Thank you very much, Umaru. This one says, if Dr. Atem says it's a small domestic problem that could be solved in 3 minutes, then why is the matter taking court? Emmanuel from Buea. Okay, Emmanuel, that is going to be sorted out. It is an internal issue. Good evening, sir. I'm Maxel, writing from Loom. Your program is very interesting. Thank you very much. Brian, writing from Yaoundé, please, do they respect the measures taken by the government against the pandemic? called coronavirus. Please, Brian, I'm sure the Cali University Institute has taken dispositions to that effect. Good evening. I'm Kelvin Muma. I don't think the bishop should have anything doing with the financial situation of the school. Okay, Kelvin, good evening to you. This one reads, good evening. My own opinion is that the Catholic Church should reduce the school fees of Catholic University Institute of Buea and get a better president like Reverend Father Kzer to manage the school well. Kelix is writing from, I don't know whether it's Buea or Bomena. Okay, sir. Dr. Atem leaves the impression that one easily concludes that members of the board trustees are shareholders of the Buea Catholic University. Are they shareholders or employees? Maishu Philip is writing from Limbe. Good evening to you, Maishu. This one says, in as much as I will agree that the apostolic nuncio of Buea in particular and many other bishops in Cameroon are power hungry and almost experts in breaking church laws, the members of the board of trustees actually beaten more than they could chew. Okay, this is you say you are an anonymous writer. Please stop calling. When you call, I cannot read any message. Stop the calls, please. Greetings to you in the studio. I like your program. It's interesting. I love it. Keep on. D4 Tupac, writing from Bambui in Bamenda. Good evening to you, D4. I'm from Bamenda. I'm proud alumni of Bishop BB. It's very wrong to sack the founder emeritus Bushu. Okay. Good evening, Mr. Leo. Please, Dr. Actem, could you just tell us who owns the Catholic University Institute of Buea? Then many other worries will be cleared. Ken Fak is writing from Bamenda. This is Jude writing from Tico. This man of God destroying a vision of a godly man, and I'm sure it's all about money. Men of God refusing to dialogue. We preach something else and practice something else. Please, Bishop, summon your Christians and dialogue with them. Okay. This one says, good evening, Mr. Leo Lapson. I'm Lindu Humphrey from Bifang. I like your program. Okay. Bifang, I don't know where Bifang is. I should not be.
The woman area.
I don't know whether that is the Bifang. Do the university has the marketing department? Brian is writing from Yaoundé. I don't know whether I took note of some of the worries expressed by the televiewers.
There is marketing, which is a subject, or is a program in the university programs, but it's not a market. That is that program marketing. About the honor of the university. The university is a property of the Diocese of Buea, with the bishop as chancellor, and the governing body is the board of trustees, which the bishop is chairperson. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
About the school, the primary school, somebody is talking about the primary school. Yeah, the primary school is a child of circumstance.
Okay.
Yes, because in 2000, when the Anglophone crisis began,
most of you watching, the calls keep coming. Please, can you stop the calls? If you have something to contribute, just send a text message. I'll read them. It is true I cannot read all of them, but just send it because the phone keeps ringing. Stop the calls. We can't take any call. We can only read the messages. Go on, Doctor.
It's the primary school and the secondary school they are children of circumstances. Because when the Anglophone crisis began and they closed up, now there were children around Moleko who had no place to go. So we just got those children, and we had a small place where we could be teaching them. But the Bishop Bushu had this vision.
Okay.
That he wants Catholic children who can start from the first cycle of primary school, that is from the nursery school, and move up to the university within under the Catholic faith.
Yeah,
that is.
But I'm sure the televiewer is concerned because there is a Catholic school just next to the Catholic University.
Yes, but they are not.
Charles
Luanga. They are not the same.
Yeah, but why not get the Catholic school at St. Charles Luanga to pick up the philosophy of vision of the Catholic University since they were just.
This is how we did it.
Okay.
Bishop Bushu, because that of the
St. Charles Luanga,
belongs to the Catholic Education Secretariat. It's everywhere. In Ghana, in Nigeria, where I studied, every university has a university nursery, primary, and secondary school.
Catholic?
Yeah, not all the state universities, whether Catholic or which one. They must be, because you have a university, then you have university nursery school, university primary school, university secondary school. We have that in Ghana. Every university has that system, where it is run by the university itself, and the standards are usually a bit higher. Yes, and the fees higher. Yeah, so it is that, and Bishop Bushu wanted that there should be a system where the children will live from the primary, from nursery, primary, secondary to the university. But you are talking of children in Charles Luanga. Okay, fine. Children who do primary school in Charles Luanga, they may want to go to lycée. There is a break.
Okay, they may want to go to.
Yeah, they may want to go to
lycée.
But our children, what we did was that our children who started from nursery school were moving to the same primary school in the same campus, and were moving to Form 1 in the same campus, and were eventually to be the best we will have for the university, because they were already getting geared to the university system.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Liu and Dr. Atem. There is nothing as complete autonomy in the management of any institution in the world. Who has to check the excesses of the Board of Trustees? Trustees are not shareholders. In other words, they are employees. To my mind, the laws of the Catholic University in Buea ought not to be repugnant to the Catholic Church. I don't think they were repugnant. Okay. Doctor says they are not. The establishment is owned by the Catholic Church unless it was registered under another name. Please stop the calls. Collins is writing from Kupe, Manengu, but I don't know whether it's from Tombel or from Bangem. This one says, I'm happy for this program, sir. Why should a priest who is answerable to the bishop take the bishop to court? I don't know if he has ordained to work in the university. Doctor answered that already. Issues that has to do with labor has to be taken care of by the court. Please, I am Sullivan Nga from Douala. I just wanted to know why the provost is given the autonomous status when he should normally report to the president of the institution. Is it not given a room? The conflict of interest. Okay, just note it. Let me. There are many messages. Just note.
Let me.
Now. Yes. Good evening, Mr. Kum. I love the program. Please, I wish to know where did the funds come from to start the university. It's from the Board of Trustees or from the Diocese of Buea. Elvis is writing from Limbe. Elvis, good evening to you, bro, and also to you and the family. This one's this Ebolova. Someone writing from Ebola. This is because failure for him sitting in a meeting of such would lead to serious section by the board's laws. But as my reason saying that the university should create a new law of making an individual other than the bishop the university's chancellor is because the Board of Trustees meeting can never be without holding of the chancellor if the chancellor wasn't the bishop. Stop the calls, please. This is because failure for him sitting in a meeting of such will lead to a serious section per the board's laws. But as it is, the bishop now, I believe the Christians who are the Board of Trustees will be inferior to challenge the bishop per the laws of the board. Okay? This one says, oops, the message is long, I can't read it. Hi, Mr. Combe, tell the doctor that he has taken the side with the president, reason why he disrespects the personality as apostolic administrator. AB is writing from AD now. Okay, good evening to you all. I really like your program. Enongene Bushfola is writing from Kumba. Tata writing from Limbe says, good evening, Mr. Liu. Asked the guest in the studio to define the word administrator. Okay, he's going to do that. I'm sure that is also the reason for this program. Good evening, Mr. Agbotabi Jr. from Kumba says, I do appreciate your programs, especially political debates. I would like to partake on that. Okay, tomorrow we are going to have a political debate on the ongoing or the envisaged regional elections. Hello, Mr. Liu Amgu Paul Ngong from Church Street in Kumba. I am really disappointed in the explanation that given so far. There is no institution of the church that is not answerable to the highest authority, which is the bishop. I'm not sure that is what has been said here today. Leonard, it is frightening what you people are saying, that the bishop's BB's powers are limited. The letter from the nuncio appointing him spells it out clearly that the bishop BB has the full faculty over the diocese and its personnel, with the right to appoint and transfer his personnel as the need arises. The calls keep coming. I don't know. Please just send messages. I'll read them out. The bishop is acting within the confines of the canon law. Stop the calls. Dr. Atem, okay, should tell us more. Leonard, I pray you revisit this topic. I'm going to revisit the topic. Like I told Doctor, I would really love to have a panel where we have the Board of Trustees members of the former and what we have today, so that we clarify the Christians, because many of them keep writing. They really want to know what's happening. But some persons are asking where they say some vehicles are not available. Dr. Atem, they say the 30-seater bus is not there. Adventist, Ravcat, and a host of other buses are not there. Yes, you've taken notes. Can you just clarify the audience?
Let me start with somebody is talking about the provost.
Yes.
The provost is not autonomous. The provost is directly under the president of the university.
Okay, it's not above.
No, it's not above the president. He's answerable to the president.
Okay.
The provost controls all academic programs. All the deans are under the provost. Then the provost is answerable to the president.
The president, okay.
Yes. About the funds of the university. The funds of the university, once we did put up the structures because we inherited the structures in Moliko, where we just furnished it. Some small money came from the bishop's house, and the rest of the expenditure up to this level was coming from fees. So the bishop's house was not funding the university. It was not.
Yeah, but money certainly came from somewhere.
No, we were taking
before creation.
Let me explain.
Okay.
Bishop Father Nkeza had advertised the university abroad and had even founded foundations.
Okay.
Yes, that were supporting CUIB. And we have like Mauritius building is funds from abroad through Nkeza's, because he had established a link. Yes, between CUIB and the university abroad. And even some companies abroad that they were giving funds. Yeah, the funds running CUIB were not coming from the bishop's house.
Yeah, but were these links established after the creation of the university or before?
No. What I'm saying is that from the beginning we did not, because there were some structures in Moliko, and when we collected fees for that first year, now we started investing.
You say, okay, yeah, because the school in Moliko was a theology.
Yes, school of theology. Yes, that's where we started. But after that, we received no franc from the diocese. The records are there.
Okay.
Yes. What we did was management. Nkeza knew how to manage.
The fees came from the students, and then They have been investing.
And support from abroad through the efforts of Parakesa.
Yeah, but some persons are out, but yeah, okay, go on.
Yes. Then somebody is talking about the chancellor. No, the university, the bishop is the bishop is the head of state of the church. Like in all, in the Anglo-Saxon pattern, the head of state is usually the chancellor, or some distinguished person, a politician or a businessman, because the position of chancellor is honorary, an honored position. If the university, if the bishop has founded his university, is chancellor. Yeah, but the governing body is the board of trustees that will help him. Look, when things are getting bad, we must not forget what is done with a good intention. The university is not supposed to be run from the bishop's house. The bishop should oversee the broad policy and approve them. Where it's not comfortable, it should call for a revision. But once they are going well, he should then give power to the president whom he appoints in council or he appoints in the board. Then the board the president can now be reporting. The president, the chancellor can summon a meeting of the board to say they want to audit the president or he has all that powers. But once you allow that a system where you want to buy a machine, you go to the bishop's house, you want to make 2 or 3 desks, they go to the bishop's house to sign a check. A university cannot run that way. It cannot just run. It will collapse. So that is about the funds. Then the administration. No, the administration of the university is based on canon law. That is the setting up. We took into consideration the canon law, the ex cordia ecclesia. We took into consideration the demands of the state, and the demand of the Cameroon government on higher education. We took into account the demands of the local population. What type of university do they want? How do they want it to operate? These were the things that helped us to draw up the laws of governing the university. Just that.
Yeah, but many persons have written saying that the buses and some of the vehicles they used to
vehicles.
Yes.
No, the vehicles. Who bought the vehicles and where are they? How many of them?
Yeah, but that's what we want to know.
But the buses are there. The buses are standing in the compound.
The 30-seater is there. The other vehicles, everything is there.
I think that can be answered by the transport section because I was more of academic. But I know that there were some buses. Yes.
Okay. Some buses are there. I will be sending. I'll call my correspondent in Buea.
But we must not take private cars like my own to say because I had my patrol. He was not a big car. You might see our private cars and thought that they were domestic cars.
Yeah, but you see, there is a transport. There exists a transport department at the Cameroon University Institute.
Who were in charge of transport.
Yes, I'll send persons to do the investigations to find out what might have happened if persons are concerned. The board would like to use this opportunity to make it very clear that we welcome and respect Bishop Michael Bibi as a new apostolic administrator of the Diocese of Buea and Chancellor of the Cameroon University of Buea. However, it is very important as a university organization that we, the Board of Trustees, stand up to our oath to preserve the structure of the university and its modus operandi, so to preserve Article 144 of the Catholic University Institute of Buea Statutes, which states any move or action that affects directly or indirectly or by implication the autonomy and exclusiveness of the Cameroon University Institute of Buea is repugnant to 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.15, and also statutes and philosophy of the founders. Emmanuel.
Bishop Bushu is the founder.
He wanted an exclusively
University.
Autonomous university.
Yes, autonomous university that would take into account the teachings of the church, the needs of the local people, that is, to produce job creators and self-employers. Anything short of that will betray the cause for which the university was founded.
Yeah, but has anything been done contrary to what you just said?
Well, I'm not there, so I don't even know what is going on, whether there is anything going on. I have no idea.
So, what was the point raising it when you are not sure that that was what was going to?
No, that is, we are still emphasizing.
You were just
yes,
you were just
we
passing
are echoing,
that information.
Yes, and that is what the Board of Trustees stands for.
Yeah, you see, following his appointment as Apostolic Administrator of Buea Diocese, the Board of Trustees invited him to visit the campus of Catholic University Institute of Buea to meet with the board, staff, students, and see firsthand what is happening there. He has not done so and has refused to attend at least 2 Board of Trustees meetings to which he was invited.
Yes.
Was it not also because of the absence of the president?
No, the absence of the president had nothing to do with, because it is not, you see, it is not the president that makes the visit of the chancellor important. First, you look at the circumstance. The president was blocked. You know yourself that you could not come into the country. But there were people on the spot. There were people on the spot. And that's why there is hierarchy in the university. There is hierarchy in the Board of Trustees. That whether the president was there or not, the bishop would have performed the same function which he was entitled to perform. Because he owns the university, he should be there. But the Board of Trustees, which is his arm, which is his own eye, which is his own right hand, is there to help him. Yes.
Okay, good evening to you all. Like your program every day. People stop calling the program. Mr. Emma Spark is writing from Buea. Yes, I hope you understand what Emma Spark is saying. The university collected 900 millions from the diocese, and they are owing the diocese 900 million. How can they claim, say they did not collect money from the diocese? There was a container of equipment that came to CUIB. Where is the container? The 30-star bus is not there. The RAV4 of the director of Douala is not there. The vehicle for the director of Buea is not there. The vehicle of the executive vice president is not there. The dinner vehicle is not there. There are other 2 smaller cars which are not there. The official car for the president is not there. This is from an insider in Catholic University. Like I said earlier on, I'm going to call Moki in the days, either tomorrow or after.
Well, he should have given his name now. Why should he hide giving it? He should give his name so that he's accountable for the request he's making. Yes, once he goes private, it means he has something to hide. If it's official, let him say, hey, I'm the one saying these things have not been seen. Dr. Atem is talking. I'm not talking in the hidden position.
From the blues.
Yes.
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 Okay.
If you have to be honest, you say that A, I'm the one. This cannot be seen. This cannot be seen. This cannot be seen. If they took money from the diocese, from the diocese, how much money? Who signed for the money? When was it used? How was it used? You can't just be talking. The bishop will not just sign, call Keza or whoever and give you 9 million, and he will not be accountable. 900 million. 900 million. I will not be accountable. What type of lies is that? Who is that bishop who will count? How did he get the 900 million? From where? It's all nonsense.
Yeah, that is why there was need for this program. And Doctor, sincerely, I think that many informations are circulating out there which may be true or false, which the people would really want to know. If you were not here today, you will not debunk this information that is circulating out there. This is a banner from Tico Doctor. The explanation, we would want to have it more objective. Even the funds from abroad must be accounted to the bishop. The trustee members should stop rigmaroling. Okay. Bishop, no, doctor is going to answer you. Good evening, Mr. Liu. I'm enjoying your program. Roselle is writing from Tico. Thank you very much, Roselle.
My angry. BT Awards.
Bring no more.
Take it up.
On the beat.
I want rap the rap. I want rap the rap. Who don't live the rap? Me rap a rap the rap. Don't know what rap the rap. Me I want rap. I want rap the rap. Me I must rap the rap. Who don't live the rap? Me rap a rap the rap. Don't know what rap the rap. Me I want rap. I want rap the rap. Me so I must rap the rap. Who don't live the rap? Me rap a rap the rap. Don't know what rap the rap. Me I go rap. Mama mie, nyami jaka rapper de fombo, oh yeah. Una match too close because the real men there for the game don't enter the game. Una jog go for when I go bring this award for this smoke, oh yeah.
Kamer has donated benches and books to GS Mbinka.
Then una go confirmation number under it. Now we batula, no be we canvas. I said Joby, I don't give you chance. I no see nothing. Even to travel out, you no want travel. Even to bring award, you no bring nothing. Even cup and spoon, man no see nothing. You say you want resign, you be footballer. Yalamboy Pascal the sense of Kululu market. You been boko God, it's God the resign. The fufu where you pan and that's a color. I want rap the rap. I want rap the rap. Who don't live the rap? Me rap a rap the rap. Don't know what rap the rap. Me I want rap. I want rap the rap. Me I must rap the rap. Who don't live the rap? Me rap a rap the rap. Don't know what rap the rap. Me I want rap. I want rap the rap. Me so I must rap the rap. Who don't live the rap? Me rap a rap the rap. Don't know what rap the rap. Me I go rap. If you over Bimba, you no go hear anything. Make you no ever ask me say who write this rap for me. Inspiration, na Yahweh the give am. The rejected stone, na he the support the long. Stanley Eno, you can we emperor like King Kong. Usaka, Wuja, Ugen Kong, say you be King Kong. Say go bring we award for this mboko ya. Small time my ear say don't change yaja. Small Bobby touch your ear, you say be Casanova. Hey, you say now only you are a toad that we don't know. For this mboko ya. For this mboko ya. Yamanda Wujovi, you never settle la. Jovi you again for this mboko.
Related matters, okay. The bishop could be represented by anyone in labor-related matters just like any other Catholic institution. Kudos to Bishop Bibi. Okay, CIB was managed. Institutions are those who marking. Ikane is writing from Buea. Mr. Ikane, I got your message. Yes, Dr. Atem, we are glad that you are here to provide answers.
Okay.
Good evening, Mr. Liu. I love your program. Is Israel writing from Yaoundé? Good evening. It's Ewet writing from Kumba. Please, the number updates about Kamto's protest. No, today we are not talking Kamto's protest.
About the funds coming from abroad. It's not enough to say that funds did not just fly from abroad to Buea. There must have been a negotiator.
Okay.
Yes, the fund did not just flow in. There was somebody, a very convincing person, who was run Father Keza, yes, who went and negotiated, and we had the financial support. And we should note that Father Keza is no longer part of CUIB. He has been sent back to the diocese. He's a priest under the diocese of Buea. So it's not a question of putting Father Keza in the university. It's out of the show.
Okay.
Nobody should talk of Father Keza.
What we are talking, it has to do with the board of trustees.
Yes. He has nothing. He's already out. The board has sent him away. He tendered his resignation to us.
Okay.
Yeah, and we gave a copy to the bishop and made an accompanying letter sending him back to his diocese. The HND, this is what happened. Because the focus was on self-employment and job creation. We found out that the HND was not the best because it was more certificate oriented. So people had to go to the ministry to write exams. And when students came in, they were more interested in going to write the...
Just having the certificate.
So, but we said no, we replaced it with the associate degree. Associate degree. And the associate degree is about 2/3 hands-on. Yes, 1/3 academic. Yes, so that students, when the students get the associate degree, they don't even need to make any employment to the ministry. They can do something. And we did that without even seeking the approval of the ministry. It took a long time. And the UB said, okay, we cannot mentor, but no problem. Where now the certificate was going to be awarded by a university in the US. We were going to affiliate the associate degree because we found the associate degree to be more hands-on, and the ministry, Cameroon, the procedure, the ministry admired it, but it was not really on the national plan. Yes, because we made our exposure to the minister that this was better than the HND.
Yeah.
Yes, and the board idea, but since the HND was there, the government policy to change the status quo is never so easy. Yes, so we did that. That was why we scrapped out the HND. But talking of a group of people putting money, I don't know that group of people in Buea. No, we have said that the board of trustees does not contribute money to run the university. They don't. They are more, they should normally in the future. But for now, as we were, they did not. But they were people, what you may say, thinkers, the think tank of seeing, that's why it was so mixed up. Even non-Catholics were inside. Yes, we look at the needs of the community. We look at the vision of the local people. The groups were all represented. So what do we think? So that they give us information about popular opinion about us. You have priests who will be looking at the spiritual affairs of the university. You have financiers who will be then businessmen. We had that. Okay. So it was not a group that was contributing money.
Okay, like I announced yesterday, we were supposed to have a pulse of the way things were supposed to unfold as far as back to school is concerned. Can we have what happened in Womb with Charles Kebwa? Charles Kebwa sent some videos from Womb. Can we just have a maybe 2 seconds or 3 seconds? Can we have pictures of Womb for this day?
Why don't we able to show this kind of school? I would be very happy when we get this fire don't return back. The 21 will return and say, let this come back to this country and then we stay in this country and stay in the and prayers and God let me show you this and then we'll Kmer and go back to school because without education, whatever succeed for anything wrong. On prayer, I say men will begin and go back to school. If this day will begin to go to school, if this more day begin to go to school. But when this more day, not enough people and for we do what with the prayer because I don't want prayer for people, prayer for everybody. Because all will be our brothers, all will be our human beings. All will come from one seed from Adam and Eve, so we will not get no difference between any person and any person. You know, so when crisis don't come, they don't come now, come. Get from affect any person why is there for the environment, why the crisis. So we pray for God the Almighty. Make the same way, make God bring back this for this our brother will become the gospel and the succeed in the world. Because without education, we will not be no better for the kingdom and for the area for the vision, for the country in general. But the students can't date.
In Womb, that is from Menchum Division. Can we move over to Kmer Division to get a pulse on what happened in Kumba today?
Good evening, Mr. Yo. Good evening, panelists. Good evening, televiewers. You are welcome once more to Kumba Kmer Division. Today, the 6th of October 2020, the school resumption took effect in the city of Kumba as well as other areas around Kmer Division. I want to state here that at Government Bilingual High School, GBHS, Upstation Kumba, 278 students answered present at the Anglophone section. Meanwhile, 40 students answered present at the Francophone section of the institution. And so many teachers were trooping in ready to kick off the learning and teaching process in that institution. We equally moved to GBHS Mabanda. At GBHS Mabanda, over 20 students answered present. Meanwhile, at CAS Kumba, more than 700 students answered present on campus with over 35 teachers. At Government Bilingual Nursery and Primary School Kumbatang, over 40 pupils answered present. Meanwhile, at Government Nursery School Ekemba, Fiango Kumba, 5 teachers plus 1 pupil answered present on campus. At GS Mabanda, 15 teachers answered present and close to 25 pupils on campus. At Government Secondary School Fiango Kumba, students who answered present were 10 in number. Meanwhile, in Bonge, because of the realities on the ground following the insecurity that is still present, the school authorities decided to keep clean the council chambers where teaching and learning process is going to be taking place. In Konye, there was equally an improved number of students and people who answered present. Looking at the realities on the ground and what happened in Kumba today, most of those students and pupils answered present on campus, and at present time we saw most of them who are still going to get registered to the school register. Meanwhile, the senior divisional officer who toured around some of those institutions actually encouraged the teachers and the students to ensure that they should be effective 2020-2021 academic year in Meme division of the Southwest region. And there was equally a problem of ghost teachers.
Okay, that was Tamfo Sidwan filing in there from Kumba, the capital city of Meme division. We move down to Fako division to find out how the situation was in Buea Antico with Regan Moki.
Greetings to you, Cameroon of My Media Prime Television in the economic capital of the Republic of Cameroon. You're welcome to the capital of the Southwest region, Buea, the town of legendary hospitality. It is the 6th of October 2020, day 2 of the 2020-2021 school year. The atmosphere in Buea is something different as compared to day 1, which was the 5th of October 2020. In Buea, we made a stop at BGS Moliko Bilingual Grammar School, Lycée Moliko. Here in Lycée Moliko, students were in class in their numbers for studies. We saw a good number of students as compared to yesterday, the 5th of October 2020, which was the day for the kickstart of the 2020-2021 school year. As you can see, students in class as far as today is concerned. We equally make a stop at the level of a government technical high school, Moliko Buea, where students are in their numbers. Some parents are still here looking for admission as far as government technical high school Buea is concerned. It should equally be noted that day 2 of the the governor of the Southwest region, Bernard Okalabilai, visited some school within Buea, Limbe, Antico to see how day 2 of the 2020-2021 academic school year is concerned. Just to tell you that the town of Buea is booming in terms of economic activity. The town is alive as to compare to yesterday, the 5th of October 2020. Kumlonad living Buea, I equally made a stop at the level of Mutengene to look at government bilingual high school Mutengene. Yesterday when there, teachers were there in their numbers, but the school, no student was spotted anywhere in the campus. But today, students are there in their numbers and studies are ongoing. As you can see, students in class taking lectures as far as day 2 of the 2020-2021 school year. And equally, we equally make a stop at government bilingual high school Tico. Students are in their number. You can see some of them are signing off from classes because we came this afternoon to see the atmosphere. In the morning we're at Buea, but now we're in Tico subdivision. You can see students are signing off from the school. We equally went to Shaw Foundation, one of the private schools we have in Tico subdivision, and students are in class taking a lecture. It is a different atmosphere, as to compare with the 5th of October 2020. Today is the 6th of October 2020. I must say the turnout from all institutions that we have visited is quite encouraging as far as back to school is concerned. Kumlona, that is what we package for you for Prime as far as day 2 of back to school in Buea and Tico. For My Media Prime Television, I am BrigadeAntiSardinard signing off from the town of legendary hospitality, Buea.
Hi Leonard, hi televiewers of My Media Prime and fellow viewers of Prime Hour. Today is the 6th of October. Schools in Fcfa division effectively resumed classes for the 2020-2021 academic year yesterday, October 5th, but taking into consideration that every 5th of October is being celebrated as World Teachers Day, commemorating activities were celebrated on campus. As such, classes were not really effective as parents, guardians, and students who had not yet gained admission came to register their children on the various campuses. Today, October 6th, I'm standing in front of GHS Kmer, where classes actually resumed effectively today, as we witness a huge number of students who turn up early this morning, as early as 8 a.m. to answer present for the 2020-2021 academic year, as classes began with various lessons in physics, English language, and other subjects. Just to remember these few. The divisional officer for Limbe 1 subdivision, Gilbert Achakwenti, accompanied by the mayor and his entourage, were on the field to evaluate the level of effectiveness of classes, and they were caught up with pressmen who had to sample their impression on the Back to School 2021. Let's listen to what the divisional officer had to tell us before we come back.
My impressions are quite positive. I'm just wondering just as we did yesterday, the turnout of the administration, the teaching staff, as well as the students, the people, the learners, is quite impressive. It's still on the field, we still have this issue of the learners grappling with the two-shift system. But we remain hopeful that as the days go by, we are going to adapt to this new dispensation. There's a lot of pressure on the school heads here from parents knocking on their doors to have places for their children. We just hope that as the days pass by, things will return to normal, and the new academic year, as we are all staying together, is going to be a very promising one.
Leonard, televiewers, we did not only end here at the GHS Limbe campus. We also visited GHS Limbe, where we saw a very rowdy crowd out of the school premise in front of the gate. These children are still struggling to get used to the two-shift system that has been implemented this year because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The administration did not find it necessary to send the children back home, taking into consideration the lot of insecurity threats that we have today. They decided to allow them stay in front of the school campus for their friends to complete the first shift of the learning system that has been implemented this year. Leonard, apart from that, we also visited other institutions around the Limbe 1 municipality, and we can say the 2020-2021 academic year has actually kick-started, hitch-free, but with some little bit of timidity, as some parents are yet to gain trust with the level of insecurity that has characterized previous academic years. That is what we gathered for you for this reopening of the 2020-2021 academic year for Prime Hour. It's been Kumambam Honore signing in for Prime Hour, My Media Prime Television.
Thank you very much, Honore Kumambam, signing in there from Limbe, the chief town of Fcfa division, southwest region of Cameroon. We are in the studio with Dr. Atem who is talking about who's talking on behalf of the Board of Trustees, members of the Catholic University Institute of Buea. As we speak, we are out of time, Doctor. The situation is in court. What do we do? Are you pressing on with the court option, or you are seeking an out-of-court solution to the ongoing problem at the Catholic University Institute of Buea?
Before I get to that discussion, I want to make a declaration on the status of CUIB at the international scene.
Okay.
That CUIB is part of the International Federation of Catholic Universities in the world, with Father Nkeza as vice president, and is president for the African bloc. And CUIB is also a member of the Association of Catholic Colleges and Universities internationally. And these federations are governed on the provisions of ex corde ecclesias as defined by Pope John Paul II, so that the university has really attained international status. About the court cases, yes, it's true that the court cases are there, they are ongoing, and last week we were in court, and we are watching the judgments and the people involved in the judgments and the rulings, which we think that it is in the end not who wins or who loses, but it's the fate of the institution. And for that reason, we think that despite that the court cases are on, we can still find a way out and resolve this matter and lay low the court cases.
Okay, you think that we can, because the Bible says that these things of the church or things amongst Christians should be sorted out, not in front of the judges now?
Well, there is the church and the state now, so it's not a question of the church. Yes, there is the state too.
We are all Christians.
Yes,
now.
the church makes the rules, it purifies the mind for the state laws to function. So both you cannot dismiss one.
Okay.
The state laws are there.
Okay.
And the church laws are also there too.
Yeah, many persons who are writing are hoping that they should seek an amicable solution. Let me just take some messages. Good evening, Mr. Liu and Dr. Atem. We know the church is an arm of the government. The goal of the Catholic Church is to provide social amenities to the common class. Why the differentiation from the universal schools that the Catholic Church has been providing to the public to term it's the one under the Archdiocese of Buea and not the Catholic school, as it has always been known? Dukum, writing from Bamenda. Good evening, Mr. Liu. Thank you so much. As for the vehicles of CIB, ask the insider that how long have those vehicles been parked? Let me remind him that since 2016, cause of the crisis in the northwest and southwest and southwest and northwest, the vehicles were depreciating. That is why the vehicles were taken to Douala for sale even before the Bishop Bibi was appointed to Buea as the director of Douala. If the cars were not advertised to him for sale during COVID-19, I am ready to explain with proofs. Ambe John, also an insider.
I think even his name.
Ambe John.
Ambe John.
Yes, he says that we should ask the CUIB director in Buea, but in Douala. I think that there is need for another edition, like someone, a Catholic Christian is saying, Mr. Kum, good evening. I'm Mr. Nubila John from Old Town, Bamenda. The university constitution gives the power to the bishop to appoint known father to head the universities as directed to Dr. Atem. I'm thanking you for your subjectivity in all topics. Yes, we have to discuss everything. Why can the board members not create their private university? Are they not just using a Catholic church to do personal business? George is writing from Com in Buea division. I'm sure the provost already said that they are not putting money into it. Good program. The argument given by doctor about labor-related matters, okay, understandable. The bishop could be represented by anyone, okay. Good evening, Mr. Liu. I'm enjoying your program from Kumba Ta Nyang, okay. This one says, please, if I may ask, what has the duration stated in the date of partnership during its creation and appointment of Keze as president? Mirabel is writing from Tico. I'm sure Reverend Father Keze was supposed to be there till 2023. Eh?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what was stated. Please, sir, I would like to ask the management of the church activities and that of the school activities are in hands of the bishop. Yeah, it is in his place to follow up the activities, but I think too much involvement in school management may cause fear and dissatisfaction to the forerunners. Thank you. I'm Buang Set Solis, writing from Tombel. Okay, thank you. This one says, no priest or clergy raises funds or creates directly funds from the bishop's house or indirectly funds from foundation. The university started initially via the funds of the diocese. Okay. Good evening, sir. Is the university owned by the church or by Christians? Mickey is writing from Gwen in Bomenda. This one says, I love your topic. It's Mimi. There may not be time to answer questions. Good evening to you in the studio. Do you mean to say CIB is not under the Catholic Education Secretariat? Mirabel writing from Tico. Good evening. At the studio, the bishop has powers, but I believe he should act like a religious leader and not like a government official. Let him use more of dialogue and cooperation rather than just terminating contracts. We learned from the church. Pastor Esue Emmanuel writing from Buea. This one says, please, how many courses does this university have? Okay, hello, Mr. Leo. This is from Bamenda. Greetings to you in the studio. Please, can we understand why in the past we were able to attend schools that were raided by missionaries, but today thousands or millions of Catholic Christians can't afford to send their children to Catholic universities? Yet Catholic, most institutions are created with the influence of, okay. This one says, CYB is a Catholic school, should practice what is being preached in the Bible, so they should pay teachers rather than treating them like slaves. Kelly's Nas is writing from Douala. Good evening, Mr. Leo and the guests in the studio. The problem is that the church should not be mixed with business. The university is purely a business institution. It should be completely separated from the church. It is clearly written in the Bible. Mark Fish writing from Mile 4 in Limbe. We want to thank everybody, Doctor. You have 1 minute to answer to those questions if you have any.
In fact, I thank the organizers of this program, especially you in charge. It's educative, it's entertaining, and it's informative. And once, I think occasionally we would love to have interviews like this so that we can explain so many things to the public.
Yeah.
And my last word is to thank you very much with your staff, and also to appeal to the community that the board of trustees of the Catholic University of Buea has the university at heart, and they are prepared at any time to find an equitable, just, and an acceptable solutions along with the proprietor, who is for now the pro tem chancellor of the university. And we hope that that will be done in an atmosphere of justice without any intimidation. Yes. And that the Board of Trustees has no other interest apart from the welfare of the university. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and that's all.
Okay, we want to thank the production team, to you, Desmond, and also to you, Eli, who is producing the program, and to you all who took time off to follow the program, and to you, Barrister Sobe, and to you, my brother Alang, who is here. Everybody, to you, Tabitha May Bryant, we say thank you. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.